sports. It's in the game.
I worked on the PC version last year in 08, and I was also on the team in 07. And I wanted to focus my team on this year is making the right PC game for the gamers that are out there right now. So that's why we focused on a lot of things. We've leveraged and gotten the rendering and the visuals up to that same quality that you'll see on the PS3 and the 360 product. But it's not just about that. It's not just about saying, are you the same as this console or that generation of console? It's really about making a game that takes advantage of the differences of the PC. So the PC is a different game, different platform. You're 2 feet from the screen. You've got a mouse, and you're always online. And those are the 3 key things that we used and were kind of factors in the big features we worked on this year. For those gamers who have great PCs and are saying, I love a great-looking FIFA game, that's what you're going to get. From head to toe, the players are completely different than the past on FIFA. They are the same star heads and heads that you have on the 360 PS3 version. We've redone the body so it's the super high level with using normal maps and environment maps and different shaders and all those technical details that just mean when the light's bouncing off in a certain way, you can see a vein on his hand, you can see sweat glisten off of his face, and you can see the blades of grass kind of sitting in front of the ball or the shoe just before the goalkeeper takes a kick. And that's the type of stuff that it's the sign of a leading edge game, and it's also something you can really appreciate when you're sitting at your desk and your monitor, your 22-inch monitor's right there, and like you really appreciate and you see the stars up close. Sometime early last fall, when we started thinking about the PC version, I was already on to this idea that I really wanted to make the right game for the PC. So we were brainstorming, and I said, hey, wait a second. When you play an FPS on the PC, it feels pretty darn good with the mouse and the keyboard, the WASD. So wait a second, what happens if FPS meets FIFA? And the question I put to the gameplay team, so they started prototyping some stuff. And just like you described, we found there's a little bit of a change at first couple matches, then suddenly you started looking at the game differently, because I'm no longer looking at the game in terms of angles relative to my player. I'm thinking about places on the pitch. So it's not about putting the right angle to hope the ball goes to the right place. I just click there. I want to pass to, the guy on the left wing, I click on him. I want to pass in front of him, I click in front of him. More control, more freedom, especially if you were a keyboard player in the past. Now you get to have a lot more analog input, like very precise control. But the mouse has also given us the opportunity to do things we haven't been able to do before. So 2 of them are, when I'm defending, now I can actually click on the exact player I want. It's not just a player switch button, and that's a little bit of an Army general feeling. And then when you're attacking, it's that same mentality that can let you send a player on a run to a very specific spot on the pitch. In the past, you'd have to say, send him on a run, and he would always run forward. Now you can just say, there's an empty part of the field that I want to pass the ball to, and I want someone to go to that spot. So I'll click one of the buttons with the mouse pointer on that empty spot, and a player will start running there. And the way I play it is, I'll send someone on a run there, and at the same time, I'll also press pass the ball there. And what you'll see is it'll look like great team chemistry. The ball's going there, a player's also running to the exact same spot, and if you've done it well, at the right time, in the right place, you can see some great passes and great plays unfold. You can use it online, and you won't see your opponent's indicator, his mouse, so you won't be knowing where he's going to pass to. What we have for the FIFA 09 on the PC is we've actually changed the online modes completely. We've actually taken what the 360 PS3 team had, and we've put that into our game. So we don't have 100% of their modes, but we have most of the modes. So the online leagues and the interactive leagues, including the Rivals feature, which was an important thing we wanted to add to the PC product. So we've definitely done some things that way, and I think that's going in the right direction. We had the co-op seasons version of Be a Pro, which let you play the full season with up to 3 other friends offline. Biggest piece of feedback we got was make it multiple seasons, so that's what we've worked on so far. We've gotten some other feedback on the mode, and we're looking into it, but because you're talking to us around 5 or 6 months before we launch, I have no commitments to make on other pieces of feedback. But the way we build our games right now is they're actually we have 2 major engines that run our football products. So the PC engine is a different engine than the 360 and the PS3, but what's good is that the gamers are telling us some consistent feedback to work on collisions, to work on the physicality and responsiveness of the game. So those are things we've been working on the PC's engine as well. So the engine's different, but the rendering is going to look the